to this conference. This is according to the EPICA. Okay, students, welcome to this class. Today, the idea is you can improve your knowledge and according to the receptive and productive skills. And today we are going to analyze what about other different skills in English, and you're going to use different methods and tools that you can teach to students. My name is Judith Carolina Celi. I am the tutor about some groups about the didactic of English, and I have the other tutor. This is Laura Adriana. This is another tutor, the other different courses. Okay, we are going to start, and according to the receptive skills. Okay, let's continue with the next slide. Thanks. Okay, the receptive skill, this is the capacity to receive information. It is necessary the comprehension and understand all those different knowledge. In the receptive skills, you are going to give and you can produce other different knowledge, and according to it, you receive the information. This is the output, and you are going to create it. What about other different tools that you can improve this knowledge? In those different receptive skills, you can find the listening comprehension. This is the important skill for any language learners. It is crucial for effective communication and language acquisition. In this case, we are going to explore other different forms and different tools when you are going to use the listening comprehension. In this case, you are going to identify what about the words, what about the different expression, what about the different word that you can receive, and you are going to produce other different ideas that you can expose and according to the and about you have in mind. Okay, yeah, let's continue. Bye. The next slide. Okay, thanks. And you have both receptive and productive. You are going to organize all those different skills in English. You have reading, listening, speaking, and writing. This is four skills that you are going to use to produce other different and about the knowledge and according to the English. But it is important you can analyze what about the receptive and what about the productive. The receptive skills you are going to use to comprehend and you give information. This is the mostly passive. And the productive, this is about the transmit and transport information. This is the active. This is the difference about reading and listening. This is the receptive. This is passive. And productive is speaking and writing. This is the more active part. Okay, we are going to continue. Okay, this is the most important when you are going to develop the listening skills. It is the crucial, sometimes it's a little complicated because it's the most difficult part when you are going to speak and you are going to understand all the different things in the listening. For example, in the audios, for example, when you watch a video or when we are going to listen to music, sometimes it's a little complicated because you don't understand all those different things, yeah? Sometimes in these cases. But it is important you can develop this skill using different methods like videos. You are going to using other different structures, for example, vocabulary, grammatical part, the part of the pronunciation, and use all those different tools that you can improve your language in the prophecy. Okay, we are going to watch a video. In this video, we are going to recognize other different skills that you can find when you are going to improve this skill. That is the part of the listening. Okay, that's so powerfully. Do you share the video?
It doesn't
Professor
matter.
Luz?
Just hold on.
Yes,
Hold on,
teacher.
Mister.
Okay, that let me a moment. We're going to try to this. Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher,
Yes,
I
teacher,
can.
I can see.
Yes, miss.
Okay, that's perfectly. We are going
Yes.
to pay attention and according to the video. In this case, you are going to identify the listening skills. Pay attention and about the different tips that you are going to use to improve this ability.
I don't listening anything.
Teacher, I don't listening.
I cannot
Me
listen the video.
too. Yeah.
Listen to the video.
Okay, give me a moment. I don't
Me neither.
going to share again. I'm so sorry for it, but I forget to share the audio. Okay, we are going to start again.
Of listening. Years ago, I thought all listening
Can you heard the video?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Okay,
miss.
that's right.
Yes.
was the same, but it's not. So let's get into the details. Hello there, friends. Welcome back. And if this is the first time you're tuning into this channel, Communication Coach is here to help people probably like you, rising leaders, to help you increase your impact so you can lead the people around you to higher levels of excellence. I believe that good communication and leadership change lives. And a big part of that is listening. So we're going to talk about the 4 types of listening. And as we do, I would love to hear your comments in that section below the video. Which type of listening do you want to work on the most? So the first type of listening is called appreciative listening. This is where you're listening simply to appreciate. If you're listening to music or poetry, some kind of inspirational message, you're listening to appreciate what you're hearing. There's no pressure on you. This is for your benefit. And I have to admit that I don't do enough appreciative listening. I really do need to do more. I think there's a kind of therapeutic value in listening for appreciation. The second type of listening is called comprehensive listening. Some people call it informational listening. This is where you're listening to comprehend, to learn, to absorb the kind of content that you're listening to so that you can learn something. Anytime you're listening to a coach, a teacher, an instructor of any kind, you're listening to comprehend and learn. One of the key parts of this listening is being able to separate the main ideas from the subpoints from the details. Sometimes that's a challenge. I know that when I was in college, I was listening to this college professor. I remember it was a long night. It was like a Tuesday night class for 3 hours. And it went on, and I had a lot of trouble figuring out, like, what are the main ideas here? It seems like a constant flow of detail. But by working a little harder at it, taking notes a bit differently, I was able to listen to comprehend much more effectively by separating the main points from the subpoints from the details. A third type is called empathetic listening. This is where we're listening essentially to empathize. If we're listening to a friend, or if we're listening as like a therapist, this is the way we'll be listening. We're listening to connect. We're listening for people's emotions. This is the kind of listening that I do a lot, for example, in my marriage. When I'm talking to my wife, we're often talking about family issues or relationship issues, and you have to be able to tune into the main point that the person is feeling, not any content or details necessarily, although those could be important. You really want to connect with what the person is feeling. And that is a challenge for me. I am not built this way. I'm not like a therapist or a counselor. And so we do have to, when we're talking with friends and talking to our significant others, we have to connect with their emotions. This is a big challenge. Not everybody's naturally good at this. I will say this though, there's an old expression that if you want more friends, or if you want deeper friendships, learn how to listen more effectively. And I believe that that is a trustworthy expression. I have found it true. The better I listen, the better my relationships are. And the fourth type of listening is called critical listening. This is where we're listening to criticize, essentially, to scrutinize a message, to pick it apart. We often have to listen critically when somebody is trying to sell us something, or get us to do something, or get our vote for some reason. This is where people might have a motivation to only tell their side of the story to be very persuasive. And so it's much more important that we listen critically. So what are they saying? What are they not saying? What's their central argument? How are they supporting their argument with details? You have to be able to pick it apart a little bit and have a heightened sense of attention to the things that matter the most in that message. Otherwise, people are going to take you for a fool, try to separate you from your money, and so forth. So these are the 4 types of listening. As I mentioned, I would love to hear your comments in that section below. Which one do you need the most work on? Can't wait to look at your comments down below. So thanks, God bless, and I will see you in the next work on.
Okay, that's so great, students. And in this video, we are going to recognize some different tips when you're going to identify other different words and other different expressions that you can hear in the different audios. Yeah, it is important you can analyze what about the different tips, about the different words, and what is the global idea when you can understand and according to the different audios or different videos that you can watch. It is important you can understand and identify what about the most important and you give what about your critical idea and according to this context. Yeah, it is the most important, the listening skill, because you're going to receive and understand to using this that you can produce all your different ideas. Okay, can you hear me?
Now, yes. Before I didn't hear you.
Profe, disculpe, qué pena, no he podido registrar mi asistencia.
Okay, I don't know what happened. You can close your microphones. Creo que es como un problemita de conexión.
I can hear you, but with echo, tutor.
I don't know what happened. Okay. Okay, can you hear me? I don't know what happened with about this echo.
In my case, I can hear you with echo and a little bit slowly. I don't know what happened with it.
Okay, now can you hear me?
The same, teacher. With echo.
Ok, me mencionan que la asistencia no les está quedando. Recuerden que eso ustedes lo revisan dentro de la plataforma. Ahí ustedes pueden
Se le
hacer.
escucha un eco horrible. No se entiende. Y la pantalla también. Ahora ya.
Ok. Now can you hear me?
Profe, de pronto si
Poquito
tienes
muy de eco.
auriculares.
No, I don't have.
Ah, yo don't
No,
have.
no tengo auriculares, no sé por qué les escucha ese eco. Regálame un momento, salgo y vuelvo a ingresar. Okay, now can you hear me? That is better?
Yes, teacher. Yes, it
Now
is better.
Okay, I'm so sorry for it.
Better,
I don't
teacher.
know what happened. Okay, that's perfectly. We are going to continue. And according to it, that let me a moment. We're going to share my screen. Okay, we are going to recognize in the video other different types that you can have when you listen and according to it. Okay, we are going to start with a game. In this game, the idea of you can identify and yeah. Okay. We're going to identify what about these different tips and different skills you have in this. Okay, we're going to share a link. This is a game in Educa Play. You are going to identify this is type of listening that you can understand in the video. The idea of you can open the link and you can identify all of them. Okay, I send the link at the chat. If you have access about this link, you say me, or if you have any problem, you say. I give some minutes that you can analyze. What about different skills? And we are going to socialize. What about all those different answers? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, miss, I did it.
Okay, that perfectly. We are going to start and according to the firsts. In the firsts, you are going to identify a type of listening where the listener try to understand and share the feelings of the speaker. What do you think is the answer? And according to the firsts. What about the skilled? Maybe you can write at the chat or you are going to say me. What about the answer? That is no problem.
The first one is empathetic.
Empathetic, that perfectly, Jose, you did a good job. Let's continue. This is about number 2. A type of listening where the listener repeats or paraphrases what the speaker has said. What do you think is about this skill?
I'm sorry, teacher. Are you projecting? Are you showing the game?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Because
Comprehensive.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
yes, yes, teacher.
The second is
Okay.
comprehensive.
Comprehension. This is the repeats and paraphrases what the speaker had said. Number 3. What about type of listening where the listener enjoys and values the speaker message? What do you think?
Appreciable.
Appreciated. That's right. Ok, muchos me están preguntando por el link de asistencia. Les recuerdo que la asistencia vamos a ingresar a nuestro campus virtual. Dentro de nuestro campus virtual vamos a encontrar el enlace para que ustedes puedan ingresar. Le pueden dar ahí confirmar asistencia y allí pues les va a aparecer la asistencia. Creo que hace un momento la profe Luz les compartió la pantalla para que ustedes puedan ingresar allí. ¿Listo? Para que la asistencia les pueda quedar, ya que es directamente desde su plataforma donde deben registrar esta asistencia. Okay, let's continue. This is according to number 4. A type of listening where the listener analyzed and evaluated the speaker's message. What do you think?
I think it's critical.
Critically, yes, that's right. This is all those different parts, appreciative, comprehensive, empathetic, and critically. All those different skills you're going to use when you can interact and you can identify all those different things. Okay, let's continue. This is according to the listening part. But in the listening, can you see my screen? ¿Pueden ver mi pantalla?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's right.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that perfectly. We are going to continue with the listening comprehension. This is all those different strategies that you are going to use in. The first one, this is the bottom-up listening. In this one, you are going to identify individual words and phrases that you can analyze and according to the different audios. For example, a friend tells you direction about how to reach his house, in which he will expect you arrive a later date and hour. In this one is when you can interact and you can express all your emotion. You are going to mention all those different ideas that you can produce and you put all the different ideas into someone, that the person that you can speak. Number 2, this is top-down listening. In this one, you are going to understand the meaning of the context in the conversation. What is the meaning of the people? What is the background? What is the sense? And according to someone that you can speak, what about the most important part on the global idea in the conversation? For example, hearing an interesting story about how one of your friends had a ghost encounter in an abandoned house. Understanding the meaning of overall conversation, yeah? For example, when you tell or you are going to listen the story, it is important you can use your imagination because you are going to connect all the ideas that you can receive and you produce all those different ideas in your mind. This is according to the second part. Okay, we're going to continue. In this case, we are going to use this strategy, the idea of you can use the concept and words and you can identify in the game. Okay, we are going to share this link at the chat and we are going to share this one that you can practice and about this activity. Okay, that's right. In this game, we are going to identify all those different words and strategies, and you are going to connect. What about the meaning of? Okay, you have in this part top-down, listening strategies, processing, individual sound, words, bottom-up, background knowledge, and context. This is all those different strategies, and the next time we are going to have an about the meaning of those words. Okay, we are going to say me, what do you think is about the meaning of them? Let's start with the first one. What is the top-down? What do you think is about all those different meaning of? Okay, can you hear me? Can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher, but I stay in the activity.
Ah, okay, yes, teacher,
Okay,
because
yes.
the game is gone.
Yeah. Okay, okay, that's that perfectly, Johan. That's all right. Option
Okay, I also
1.
finished.
Okay, that perfectly. You are going to say me your answer, the answer that you put in the game. What about the first one, top down? What is the correlate?
Top down, using background knowledge and context to understand.
That's so perfectly. Let's continue with the second, listening strategies.
Okay, techniques to improve comprehension.
That perfect. Processing. What about this?
Analyzing and understand information.
That perfect. Individual sounds. What do you think?
Phonemes and syllables.
That's all right. Words. What about this?
Units of meaning.
That perfectly. Button up. What about this?
Bottom up. Processing individual sounds and words.
Okay, background knowledge.
Sharing knowledge and experience.
Experiences, that's right. And the context, this is the surrounding information. That's so perfectly. This is other different strategies that you are going to use with the part of the listening. This is the idea. You can use in all of them that you can connect all those different things when you can produce. This is the part of the skill. Okay, that's so perfect. And the next time we are going to practice, this is the last part of this. That is the activity about button up. In this case, you are going to watch the video and identify 16 words and about it. You are going to write those words at the chat, okay? This is the idea. We are going to share my screen. You are going to watch the video. In this one, okay, that's perfectly. That is no problem. Maybe you can write in a piece of paper, or you're going to write directly on the chat. That is no problem. You are free about it. Okay, that's right. Pay attention and according to it. Can you see my screen? Can you hear the video?
Not yet.
I see, but I don't hear.
Yes, now? Okay, pay attention and according to the video, and remember you are going to write 16 words at the chat.
Sí, eso es lo que es que me puse
Miss, I'm not listening to anything.
y me toca estar
Sorry, can you repeat?
That I'm not
Can
listening
you
to
hear?
anything.
It doesn't
No?
have the audio, teacher.
Sí.
Okay, then.
Así las colocaron y así tocó.
Okay, we're going to close the audios and about the microphone, sorry, because I can hear it. Please listen. Thanks. Okay, that's right now.
Are naked. Yeah, really works. Couple of things to remember. Firstly, don't tell the people you're talking to that's what you're doing. Because that could be a little bit creepy. Secondly, it doesn't work as well if you work in a primary school. Someone came up to me and said, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you look like Jimmy Carr. How am I supposed to not take that personally? That's my face. That's all I've got to work with. I realise I've got quite a broad face. I've got quite good girth on my face. And girth is not a term traditionally associated with an attractive face. You know those things you get by the seaside, the big cardboard cutout thing by the seaside? Big fat jolly man in an all-in-one red and white striped suit running down Skegness Beach. You know the one? And they cut the face out so you can stick your head through, take a hilarious holiday photo. Well, when I stick my head through one of those, it just looks right. I look like a Down syndrome Roger Federer. I wish that wasn't funny. I wish they didn't ring true, but sadly, I bought a rape alarm because I kept on forgetting when to rape people. They're bloody marvellous. I was going to tell you a little bit about behind the scenes. Not behind the scenes here at the Bloomsbury Theatre, because there's fuck all going on back there. But behind the scenes more generally. You know in television commercials, when they use chimpanzees to advertise tea and whatnot, because we'll buy anything if chimpanzees are involved, because chimpanzees are adorable. Well, what they do when they're filming a commercial with chimpanzees is they give the chimpanzees peanut butter. And the peanut butter sticks to the roof of the mouth of the chimpanzee. Makes the chimpanzee go... Because they're not used to the peanut. They quite like it, but they're not used to it, so it makes them go... It makes it look as if the chimpanzee is talking. Well, that's also how they make Hollyoaks. Interesting fact for you. Are you having to explain that to her? Oh, it's clearly a mixed ability group. Here's another fact for you. Are you aware, if you put Mentos, you know the sweets Mentos? If you put Mentos into Diet Coke, you're retarded. Sweetie make fizzy pop go magic. I like it. Row up. Sorry, you're giving me a look there as if to say, it is good though. I told my best friend I fucked his wife and got her pregnant. That cured his hiccups. I'm in a long-term relationship. Who else here is in a long-term relationship? Give us a shout out. Well, those of you sound thrilled. I've been with the same girl for 8 years and we're very happy together, but how's this for mental? She still gets annoyed if I use her toothbrush. That's mental, isn't it? When you consider how intimate we've been over those 8 years. And if you can tell me a better way to get dog shit out trainers, I'd love to fucking hear about it, because there's nothing finer. Dog excrement can blind a child, but it's much easier just to use a finger. If you really want to be sure, smear dog shit all over both fingers. From the shoulder, jab. There are a lot of obese children in Britain today, but focus on the positive. The pensions crisis is over. Come on, those tubby little fucks aren't going to see 40. Never mind 65. Quite a lot of young people in. If you're young and your parents are getting divorced, it can be a very difficult time. But remember, it's not your fault. Your mum's a slag. It's pretty bad being told you're adopted, but not as bad as being told you're going to be adopted. Did you know, if your ears are burning, it means people are talking about you? Generally, they're saying, he's on fire. Are you all familiar with Simon Cowell? Do you know Simon Cowell? Yeah. Simon Cowell spends £500,000 every year on his own personal security. That's an extraordinary amount of money, isn't it? £500,000 a year on personal security. Has Simon not considered being less of a cunt?
Okay, that's all right, students. We're going to recognize in this video that you can have and use different words and different things when you're going to give, or maybe you can produce other different ideas. This is about the most important part. You can transmit all those different things when you watch a video or when you are going to analyze all of them. You are going to recognize that people here try to transmit all those different feelings, emotions, and give other different kind of opinions and according to your mind, yeah, that the people receive all those information and you produce different ideas in your mind that you are going to use those information that you can speak about it. This is about the listening part. Sometimes a little complicated and you are going to identify and according to it. Okay, the idea if you can identify some words that you can write about it. That perfectly, Lorena. Secondly, feelings, how much, attractive, funny, because, stealing, commercial, television commercial, button, look, clearly, physical magic, sorry, my best friend, pregnant, a lot of time, together, love, child, easiest, today, focus, never mind people, John, remembered, remember is about M, double M, fall, pretty bad, no, every year, thousand security, that perfectly, creepy word, that's right, Jose, you did a good job, attractive, hilarious, bodily, chimpanzees, that's right, peanut, fact, pregnant, that's right. Diana, that's so perfectly, you did a good job. You can understand all the words. And Ingrid Juliet Celis, that perfectly, student, this is the idea. Use all those different tools that you can improve your knowledge. And when you're going to listen, or maybe you use other different tools when you use or practice about your skill, it is important you can recognize some words, ideas, or the main idea that you can understand all those different things that you have in mind, and you can produce your own ideas and according to it. Now let's continue with another receptive skill. This is about the part of the reading. Remember, the receptive skills, you have the listening and the part of reading. In the reading, you are going to identify that you can understand all those different words. In this case, you are going to use your imagination, that you receive all the information that you can recognize, maybe in the books, in the story, in the academic articles, in general part that you are going to read. In this one, you can understand and interpret in writing language. You are going to use the receive and process information that you produce it. In this one, you receive all those different expression words or different things, and you are going to produce new or general ideas and according to those stories. This is about the examples that you can have and according to the part of the reading. Can you see my screen? Or do you have any problem with this?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, thanks. And in this one, you are going to identify some examples and a part are about the activities when you can produce all those different parts in the reading. The first one is the general idea. It is important you can analyze the title in the short or long articles, because with the title you are going to imagine any different ideas and what about the most important part and according to the article. This is about the different opinions maybe, or you are going to identify the advantage or disadvantage or depending about the article. The second time is reading for a specific information. You can scan in, you can identify what is the most important part, what about those specific details and according to the reading, and you are going to identify what is the most important part. The next time, reading for details, intensive reading, you're going to read the story and you're going to comprehension that all those different things that you can read. Every different detail according to the paragraph, what is the support idea, what about the conclusion? What about the different argumentative, all those different things, argumentative ideas, sorry. And it is important you can identify the story. You're going to use the double question word that you can identify. Who, what, when, where, why. What about the story you are going to create and according to the part of reading. In the last one, this is reading for inference. The student gets meaning of beyond the words writing. Try to identify what about the last part or what about the different thing the author mentioned in the story. What is the reference? What is the most important and impact for you in according to the reading? Okay, that's so perfectly. In this case, we're going to work with different activities in the classroom, or we are going to have about different tasks with your students. In the first one, it is important you can predict. What about the different thing? Show the student the title and image, ask them to guess that the test is about. Try to identify what about this. You are going to imagine, you are going to use different words and expressions that the student connect with according to the reading. Jigsaw reading. You can divide in section. Every group, you are going to read one part. Can you identify? What about the completed story? Can you identify about the story? What is the most important impact for you? And you are going to using that is about different statements. This is true, this is false, or maybe you are going to create other different things that the students explored, all those different part of the reading. Find someone to provide different paragraphs, different biographies, or any other different thing, and according to the topic they're reading. This is the idea you connect with other different ideas and about the part of the reading. And the vocabulary. It is important you can identify the vocabulary because if you don't have the knowledge and according to this vocabulary, sometimes it's a little difficult to understand all the parts. But if you can, with about the meaning of those words, you can connect your ideas and you can identify what about those different meaning of the words. And about it, this is the purpose of reading. Understand meaning of vocabulary, recognize the grammar structure, develop comprehension, inference, and critical thinking skill. The idea if you can produce in the students any different skills, any different particular parts and according to the reading and receive all this information that you can produce new ideas and according to the different parts that receive. Okay, in this case, we're going to try to identify all of them and you can use in activity all those parts. Okay, that's so perfectly. Let me a moment. Okay, that's right. In this case, we are going to connect all your ideas with a reading. In this reading, we are going to say me. Can you understand? Can you identify? What is the most important part? Or maybe what about the impact for you? Yeah. In this one, you can start and according to the title. In part of the title, you're going to say me what is your opinions, what about your different things, and according to it. Okay, we're going to share my screen. The idea if you can identify different details and according to it. This is according to the food. When you are going to read the title and about the food, what do you have in mind? What do you think? This is the fast food. It is about the different nutrients or any other different things, okay? What about you? What do you think according to the title? The title is food. What do you think about it? Okay, I don't know what happened. I have 3 students. Okay, Jose, go ahead. What do you think?
If the title is food, the first thing that comes to my mind is that probably the protagonist is gonna be eating with some friends in a restaurant.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe that is about the restaurant. What is the kind of food? Maybe you can enjoy with your friends. What is the most important part in this? Yeah, that's so perfectly,
Yeah,
Jose.
it goes like that. Like, for example, what's the favorite kind of music of the protagonist? Some things like that, miss.
Yeah, that's so perfectly, Jose. What about the rest of the student? I have more students. Lorena, Carlos, Alison, Lisette. What do you think? And according to the title? Okay, that is no problem. The idea if you can share your opinions, you are going to speak on about the different things. Okay, that's so perfectly. This is according to the title, food. In this one, you are going to speak and according to the different kind of food. Okay, we are going to read. Okay, Lorena, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, that's right. We are going to help me reading the first paragraph. Okay, go ahead.
Mhm. Okay. While eating at restaurant is enjoyable and convenient occasional treat, most individuals, families prepare their meals at home. To make breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily, this person must have the required foods and ingredients or on hand and ready to go. Foods and ingredients are typically purchased from a grocery store or an establishment that distributes foods, drinks, household products, and other items that's true use by typical consumer. Okay,
Consumer, that's
consumer. Produce or terms used to describe fresh fruits and vegetables is commonly purchased by grocery store shoppers. In terms of fruits, most grocery stores offers bananas, apples, orange, blackberries, raspberries, grapes, pineapples, cantaloupes, watermelons, and more others. Grocery stores with longer produce selections might offer the listed fruits in addition to less common fruits, including mangoes, honeydews, star fruits, coconuts, and more. Depending on the grocery store, customers can purchase fruits and a few different ways. I lost it.
and there's for some stores.
And I pointed. Okay. Some stores will charge a set amount per pound of fruit and will weight customers' fruit purchases and bill them accordingly. Accordingly, other stores will charge customers for each piece of fruit they buy or for bottles of fruit, a bag of bananas, a bag of apples, etc. Other stores yet will simply charge by container. Vegetables, including lettuce, corn, tomatoes, onions, celery, cucumbers, mushrooms, and more are also sold at many grocery stores and are purchased similarly to the way that fruits are. Grocery stores typically stock more vegetables than fruit any given time, and vegetables remain fresh longer than fruits do, generally speaking. I take a while of list everything else that today massive grocery store sells, but most customers take the opportunity to shop for staples or food that play a prominent role in a various diet and establishments. Staples include pasta, rice, flour, sugar, milk, meat, and eggs and bread. Other list staples are available in a prepackaged containers but can be purchased fresh in some grocery stores, wherein employees will measure and weigh fresh products and then provide them to customers.
That's okay. Perfect, Lorena. You did a good job in your part of writing. Okay, in this different paragraphs and in all the article, you can identify, yeah, you can speak about the food, yeah. Sometimes that mention, according to the student Jose, that maybe think that is about the restaurant. Yeah, maybe you can connect the food with a restaurant. Yeah, maybe, but you are going to connect it with the other places. For example, grocery store, supermarket, or any other place that you can send all those different kind of fruits. You sending these vegetables, fruits, and what about the different meals at home? This is the breakfast, lunch, dinner, all those different typical food, and according to the different places, different culture, different place, and about that you live, yeah. And you can produce. Sometimes in Colombia, that is better. This is a great place because you're going to find many different variety about the fruits, organic fruit, organic vegetables, and in general, you are going to describe all those different part of this. Yeah. For example, in other different countries, sometimes it's a little difficult. Can you identify all those different vegetable fruits, and in general, it is not easier for you. You can find all their different, for example, pineapples, bananas, apples, all those different varieties about these fruits. And in this one, that is according to the vegetables and in general and according to the different parts. Okay, that is so perfectly. This is the idea when you can expose the part of the reading, you are going to analyze what about the different comprehension. And the first time you are going to analyze the title, you can identify every different paragraph. What about the main idea? What about the support idea? What is the most important part? Can you understand in general, in the global idea? Yeah. And you are going to produce your ideas, and according to it, this is the input because you are going to receive all the information and according to read, and you are going to produce your ideas and you can expose. Maybe you can make a graphic, you are going to make a picture, or in general, you are going to use different tools that you can produce all your different ideas that you can receive and you can use in other different contexts. Okay, this is about it. And now try to identify what about the answer. That this is about the reading. You are going to understand what about the different parts. Okay. This is about the grocery store. What is a grocery store? Can you identify in this? We're going to put the zoom. Yeah. Okay, in the first one, what is the grocery store? You have 4 options. You can write those options at the chat, okay? That is no problem. For example, A, B, C, or D, yeah? In the first one, an establishment that cooks food for customers. B, there are several definitions of a grocery store. C, this is the place to sell and trade goods. Or an establishment that distributes foods, drinks, household products, and other items that are used by the typical consumer. Can you identify and about the grocery store? What do you think the answer? A, B, C, or in this case, D. Okay, what do you think and according to it? Okay, and about it. Jessica say D, Dayana say D. That's right, thanks. We're going to review in this one. That perfectly. This is the grocery store. This is the establishment distribute and about different kind of food. That's all right. Okay, let's continue. We are going to second question. Fresh fruits and vegetables are collectively referred to as which of the following terms? This is the produce, maybe biggest, or famine. Can you identify what you understand and according to it? That is A, maybe that is B, or in this case it is C. What do you think and according to it? Okay, we are going to write on the chat that is no problem. That's so perfectly, Carlos, Lorena, that's right, Diana, Ludi, Johan. Okay, Liliana say D. You said in this. Okay, Jose say C. Carlos C. That's so perfectly. Karen, Lorena. Okay, that's right. All the students are agree with C. That's so. This is about veggies. This is the produce. Remember in this one, this part. Or them used to describe fresh fruit and commonly this part. Okay, that's no problem. Number number three, sorry. What are staples? Can you identify and according to it? A small piece of metal used to hold paper together. Can you identify about it? Rare foods or food that play a prominent role in the average diet or green fruits and vegetables. Can you identify and according to staples? This is A, this is B, this is C, maybe D. Can you identify and according to it? Okay, have the student mention about it. Small pieces of metal use hold paper together. This is ray food. Okay, mention about it. Food that play in prominent role in average diet. Maybe that is about this. Remember, staples include pasta, rice, flour, sugar, meal, meat, eggs, and bread. What do you think according to it? That's so perfectly that many students mention about it. That perfectly, you did a good job in this. Okay, this is about the last question. More vegetables are stocked in grocery store than fruits. Yeah, that is vegetable than fruits. What do you think is the reason? Fruits stay fresh for less time than vegetables. Vegetables are more popular than fruits, generally speaking. Grocery store managers prefer fruits, or you prefer it A and B. Two different answers. Can you identify and according to it? This is according to more vegetables are stocked in grocery stores than fruits. What do you think is the reason and according to it? Okay, that perfectly Jessica mentioned about D. What about the rest of the student? I have many students in the class. I don't know that happened only 10 students that participated. That is no problem. The idea if you can analyze, try to participate it, use all those different strategies, different activities that you can interact. Okay, that's right. That mentioned in this, that is letter D. Okay, that is about B, vegetable more popular than fruits because it's like in the balance. Fruits stay fresh and less for less time than vegetables. The vegetable sometimes is a little complicated because it is important you can put in the properly recipes, some properly spaces that you conserve all those products. Okay, that perfectly student. Remember the receptive skills you can find listening and reading. Is in this one, you are going to receive and understand all the information and you produce your ideas, produce all those different things that you can express all those parts. Okay, that's right. Let's continue with the Profe Luz. Luz, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher. Okay.
Okay, let's continue.
Hello again. I'm going to. Okay, are you looking at the presentation now? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As the teacher said, we are going to start with productive skills, which are the skills. The productive skills are listening and reading. Okay. No worries. We nearly finished. Okay, productive skills, often referred to output skills, are essential language skills that involve generating and conveying language. The two primary productive skills are speaking and writing, okay? We have to take into account that when we are listening, we are receiving information, so that's the input. And then when we are speaking, so that's the output because we are producing information. All right, the same reading. We are receiving information. This is the input, and writing, we are like giving information. That's the output. Okay. Here we have the importance of productive skills. Okay, this is important. Effective communication, because it's the foundation of successful interaction in both personal and professional settings. Career advancement, strong speaking and writing skill are essentials in interviews, presentation, negotiations, and everyday workplace communication. They're often the key of the career advancement and success. Academic success in academic settings, strong writing skills are essential. At the time of writing essays, research paper, and dissertations. Global and cross-cultural communication, strong productive skills. Hold on, help to break up the bridge between language and cultural gaps, enabling effective global communications. Problem solving and decision making. Both speaking and writing skills are instrumental in problem solving and decision making process. I want to say something here. Okay, we are having our process as a future teachers. Yeah, but today we have to, well, we need to know that the most important thing is communicate in English. Maybe when we are in other countries, that's the most important thing. Because when we are abroad, we can find or we can meet people from other countries who has different accent, different stress. So the most important thing is to understand those person and and communicate what we want. Yeah. I know that um, we are going to become a teachers, and it's necessary to have a good pronunciation, but at the end of the time, the most important thing is communicate. All right. How to improve speaking skills? That's important because most of the time we are really scared of commit some mistakes at the time of speaking. Okay, so speaking skills are essential for effective communication, both in personal and professional contexts. Whether you are giving a presentation, participating in a meeting, or having casual conversation, strong speaking skills can help you convey your ideas more clearly and persuasively. Here are some tips on how to improve your speaking skill. But before that, I want to listen some of you, and please tell us, how are you improving your speaking skills? Tell me. I want to look at.
Okay, can I?
Oh, go on, go on. I'm
Oh,
not looking at
okay.
the.
Me? Sorry.
Yeah, tell me. It's because I'm not looking at the screen at the presentation, but go on. Tell
Okay.
me.
For example, practicing my speaking skill, I have to speak with other people, but since I'm in a city that English is very odd, then I have to speak with myself, listening to podcasts or interviews, and then
Yeah.
reviewing them in my head by myself. And well, lately I've been in a speaking class because I'm in English 3, and that also helps me a lot because I speak a lot with the teacher.
Yeah, very good. Sometimes we suffer from fear to commit mistakes. I always say to my students, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you deep you take the risk and speak. It doesn't matter the pronunciation, okay? Because we take the risk so the teacher can correct you and you can learn the pronunciation. Okay, Diana, I saw that you were raising your hand. Tell us. I'm going to listen to three participation. All right. So the first one, I think that Diana was raising the hand.
Hello.
Hello. Tell us,
Yes.
how are you improving your speaking?
Well, I try to use social media always in English because I think or I have heard that if you listen as much English as you can, you will be able to produce those ideas in English. So you need to receive your income in English
No.
for you to
Okay. One more
produce English. So I
to
try
produce. Okay.
to use all social media in English, and I try to talk a lot with different people that I know that speak also English.
Okay, that's good. And the third one more.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, go on.
I try to listening English a lot of time every time because I think the person who listen well is the person who speak well. Yeah, is my idea in this case.
Okay. I'm going to like. Did you to talk about the video? Did you like the video? The the person who was telling jokes.
Yes,
Did you
I really enjoy listen podcasts or
did you
videos
enjoy it?
or watch movies in English. Sometimes
Okay,
with subtitles or without
with
subtitles.
subtitles. Okay, but I'm talking about the previous video, the one who the teacher showed you, the man telling jokes. Did you like it? Did you notice his
Yes. Can I?
did you notice his stress? Did you notice that?
Yeah, I think that when you like something, it's easier to you learn more and be more fluently because you are listening different words. For example,
Uh-huh.
for me, I try to find different topics that I like it. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe in the case of the video, is nice
Mm-hmm.
because you can understand different words, but is a nicer way, right? So I am preschooler teacher right now, and I try to read, I try to listen, I try to speak more vocabulary that help me to be more better in speaking.
Okay. And was it difficult to understand the different accent because the man was British? Or was it difficult or was easier?
Yeah, I think that is difficult because the accent is different. So you can try
Uh-huh.
to understand, but the accent be more difficult for me, for example.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. That we need to understand all that types of accent because, well, the guy was British, but for example, when a Hindu speaks English, it's very difficult because they speak so quickly. People from, I don't know, from France, people from other countries, they have their own accent. So that's why today the most important thing is to communicate what we want to say, to think, and to understand what people are trying to communicate. Okay. Okay, let's continue with some tips to improve speaking skills. So the first one is practice regularly, seek feedback. Second, record yourself. It works a lot. Record yourself and listen to you. Number 3, speak slow and clearly. Organize your thought. Oh, I have some mistakes, some grammatical mistakes or spelling mistakes. Number 4, use pauses fitly. And 5, mind your body language. Mind your body language. Okay? Okay, now we are going to practice, despite that we have been talking a bit, but I would like that the student who hasn't participated in this case try to do it. So I'm going to listen 5 participations about introducing yourself. So you just need to say, what's your name? Where do you live now? Okay. And why do you want to become a teacher? Just 3 questions you need to answer, okay? I'm going to listen 5 of you. I would like that those 5 were participating already. So, Lorena, go on.
Okay, my name is Lorena Rondon. And how I become a teacher? You say the second, right?
Where are you now?
I am here in Ibagué, Colombia.
Okay.
But before I want to talk about that a memorable experience, because I think that for me the memorable experience were when I was living in United States, like for 8 years old. So
8 years.
that was very eh, that was very exciting for me, because I wasn't a teacher, right? But for that reason, I wanted to becoming a teacher over here in Colombia, because when I was there, I realized that the education was so good in a different ways for the little children. So I'm here in Colombia. I want to do the difference in my teaching skills, because over there, for example, the children are so independent. The way that they teach is free. So, and that's the main reason that I wanted to becoming a teacher.
Lorena,
So for,
and
right?
Lorena, sorry, and in those 8 years, did you used to practice your English, or did you learn English there, or the most? I mean, did you used to socialize with only Spanish ones?
Yeah, at the beginning, I was just speaking in Spanish, but I had to challenge myself to learn English. So that was so difficult at the beginning, but after years, I can learn, I can practice. So I think that the first way to learn English, to better your pronunciation and everything about your language, is just to challenge you by yourself. Because
The
if you not
challenge,
push you, yeah, if you not push you, you just are comfortable and no speak. I had one teacher over there. He was from China, and he told me once, you don't be embarrassed that you made mistakes. You made mistakes, made you bigger every day. So that's the way that I said my students over here. Don't be shy. Just make mistakes.
Yeah.
That yeah. So when I make mistakes, I don't feel before I felt like so embarrassed, because I people say like, but you know what? Just letting people, because over there you make mistakes and it doesn't matter, because you are learning. So that's the best I think that that's the best experience for me, stay over there for that year. And over here I try to improve every day a bit more, and that skill is going to be better.
Very good, Lorena. Thank you. Thank you very much for telling us your experience. The second, Karen. Karen, I thought that I saw that you were raising the hand.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah. Go on.
Well, I'm Karen Tatiana Boada. I'm currently living in Tunja, Boyacá. And one of the reasons why I wanted to become a teacher is that I have always loved the English language and other languages. But back in school, I had a teacher that inspired me to become a teacher. And I wanted to become one because I wanted to inspire people to also have the ability and such a responsibility to teach another one to something that they like. And of course, English is not easy. So I wanted to be a teacher to maybe help some others to fall in love in the English language that it's so important nowadays outside in the world.
Thank you very much. Okay, who else? That's important. Very good. Okay, who else? I can see the screen. I'm going to put it smaller and I'm going to look for the screen. This screen. Okay. Who else? Once. Okay, where are people? What about Alison? Okay. Jose?
Yeah.
Okay, relax.
Let me remind you. It's my name, where I live, and why I want to become a teacher.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, well, my
Hello?
name is, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, my name is Jose Alejandro Corso. I live in Valledupar, Cesar. And why I want to become a teacher? Actually, I want to become a writer, but I
Okay.
figured out when I was in school that I was very good at English, not only English, another languages, that, for example, French, and I want to learn more about them. And since when you are going to break a book, you have to give some commission. Then I want to uh, become a teacher to pay that commission and also teach another students in the university how to be converted in English.
I think that I don't know if it's me or if it's your internet. I can't hear you anymore.
I think it's my
Hello?
internet, sorry.
Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, I think that I heard just the half of you were saying that you wanted to become a like university something. You were talking about something about that.
Yeah, I want to become a teacher because I want to teach the university students in how to improve that ability because I've been working to for students in the university, and I noticed that they practically know English, and I want to change that.
Yeah, that's good. You know something? I used to say this when the new students are joining the university. I mean, I'm talking about you, not the university, the virtual one. Because a lot of people say, "Okay, are you able to learn English in this way with this method?" I mean, which method? I ask. Through a screen. I mean, you have to be autonomous. You have to challenge yourself, as the Lorena says, I think. But and I answered, learning English works in any way. The ones who don't work are the students. We as students don't work because we don't have the responsibility, the autonomy to work and to practice every day English. Jose, And most of you, I think that you are a great, maybe could be a great candidates to join the university after in the future. And remember to teach and to make that your student believe in themselves um, and to be autonomous, to practice every day and practice and practice and practice. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I think that we are going. Okay, go on,
that
Jose. Tell us.
that's exactly the point. It's not only that they don't practice, because if you are going to learn a language, you have to practice by yourself, but also that they hate the language, and I still don't know why. Maybe because they were teaching English to them in a boring way. Because, for example, I learned
Okay,
English
maybe.
by watching movies, listening to music, reading books, and probably that's something that we're lacking in their learning.
Yes, yes, that's I totally agree. That's true. Okay, I'm going to continue with the presentation because okay, are you looking at the screen?
Yes, I can listen.
Okay, well, that's tell us about your interest and memorable experience. Okay, at the end we are going to do another speaking exercise. Um, Now I'm going to jump with final skill, which is writing. Writing is the process of communicating ideas through written language. It allows learning to organize thought, use grammar and vocabulary appropriately, and develop accuracy and coherence. Okay, I know and I feel that one of the most difficult skill is writing. I don't know, for me, is writing, okay? Because to write in a proper way, you need to read a lot because you need to know a lot of vocabulary, okay? For me, I don't know for you, what is your opinion, okay? What's the objective of writing? To express ideas, feeling, and information clearly, to practice grammar, vocabulary, and sentences structure, to develop creativity and organization of ideas, and to communicate effectively in different written forms. Okay, what about you? What is the most difficult skills that, in your opinion, I mean, is the most difficult to learn? What do you think?
Okay. For me, to learn, yes, the writing skill is so
Writing?
difficult. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Okay. Yeah,
yes.
because it's writing. At the beginning was the speaking and writing, right? Because the listening and
Okay.
reading was good for me, but writing is so difficult, and I think that is difficult. Yes, because I don't know why, but they have different structure. Yeah, you have to, for example, for the essays, you have to write something
Yeah.
at the beginning and in the middle and the end, but you have to use a good structure because if you write wrong, is uh, is so bad for you because for example I remember that I did my last essay and I thought that that essay was excellent, but the teacher told me no, this is not like this is not like this is not, oh my god. But when you improve that writing skill, you can maybe do a different how do you say, a different strategy that can improve that. For example, I just took the tutor told me I just took the first part, right? Because sometimes we want to do all at the same time. So no, he said when you write the essay, for example, you can write the excellent first part. When you do an excellent first part, you can continue with the next part, the middle. And when you do the first one and the second one, you can continue with the last part. But if you want to do everything at the same time, it's difficult for you because you are learning. So you know how to do the essays. So I practice in that and I improving in that writing skill. Because yeah, for me, it's so difficult.
Okay, thank you, Lorena. I'm going to, I remember that when I was studying at the university, when I was in the first semesters, there was a teacher where that she was really picky on capital letters and punctuations. And I remember that I failed a lot of exercises because of the punctuations and capital letters. And I felt, well, really frustrated, because sometimes we think that we know to write in Spanish and it's going to be the same in English, but it's totally different. Okay. And I used to cry because of that teacher. But well, at the end I learned and I improved myself.
And now we are better at the beginning. So that's a good news.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? What is the most difficult skill for you? Ana María, Andrés, Angie, Cynthia, Coraima. We are how many people are here in the meeting? I can see. Okay. Okay, no more participation. Okay, how to improve writing skills. Writing skills are the ability to communicate thoughts, as I said before, the slide says, ideas and information efficiently through written tests. These skills are important in various areas of life, including academia, the workplace, the personal communication. Okay, now here, can you look at the slides properly because are quite small because I'm just sharing the two screens. Now is it bigger?
Yeah,
it's better.
Bigger.
Okay, these are some tips. Some tips to improve writing skills. So you have to read regularly. Says write daily. Read and write. Read and write. Set clear goals at the time of writing. Outline your content. That's very important to outline, okay? Because you can set all your ideas and then you can develop what you are going to write, okay? Each idea, I mean. Focus on clarity and consciousness. Proofread and edit. Expand your vocabulary. Study grammar and style. The style is very important. Sometimes we develop our own style and we don't know that, but the teachers realize that. Revise and rewrite. Read your writing aloud, that's important. And pay attention to formatting. Stay informed, okay? Okay, that's some examples of writing activities. So guided writings. Which one is the guided writing? A student complete a text with prompts or sentence starters. Example, yesterday I went to, the students complete the paragraph. Yeah, you give as a teacher a small prompt and then the students can continue writing or developing the exercise, okay? Free writing, the students write freely about a topic for a short time to encourage fluency. Example, write about your favorite hobby for 5 minutes without stopping. Process writing. So it's a process of the students have to plan, to make a draft, to revise, and edit their writing before submitting. So the example could be an opinion paragraph about social media. Then you can have a peer feedback, and correctness. Control writing. Which one is the control writing? The one who focus on a specific grammar or a structured practice? Example, write 5 sentences using the present perfect. That's the control writing. Descriptive opinion, argumentative writing. Example, write a paragraph describing your city or giving your opinion on online learning, okay? At the end, we are going to do one of those writing activities, all right? Okay, so we are going, okay, that is my favorite holiday. So pre-writing, so you have to do a brainstorm of the ideas about where, when, and what happened. This is an example. Then while writing, so you have to write a paragraph of 8 or 10 sentences describing the experience, and post-writing, exchange with a classmate for feedback and corrections, okay? That's an easy example of writing. Okay, well, that's the end. I don't know if you have any question, but we are going to finish this with a small paragraph in the chat, sorry, about, I don't know, about the social media. Oh, no, maybe not. About the importance of EAS at the time of writing. Okay, that's 5 or 6 lines of artificial intelligence. It is helpful for us or make us like lazy persons, because at the end we don't write anything, and the
What the fuck? Dios.
5 or 6 lines about.
¿Qué pasó? Oli. Ya acá.
Okay. What you are going to do?
I didn't hear you the last part.
¿Está claro? You are going to write as a final activity like 5 or 6 lines about your opinion about the IA, the artificial intelligence, at the time of is it helpful or not at the time of writing, or how do you use this? ¿Cómo usamos? ¿Ustedes qué opinan? ¿Es realmente helpful? Just 5 or 6 lines and that's it. Start writing. Bueno, voy a hablar en español. Ya tengo, bueno, en la pantalla se ven los asistentes, todavía le faltan algunos por marcar finalmente como asistentes. ¿Están viendo la pantalla? Aún algunos están como interesados. Remember that you are writing now. Pero hay 64 estudiantes conectados y solamente está esta asistencia. No sé, algunos Dicen que no les aparece el CIPA en campus. La profe Silvia, la directora, dice que invitó a algunos estudiantes del curso nuevo. No sé si es por el cambio, por la transición, porque cuando escogemos en el campus hay dos versiones, entonces no sé si de pronto por esta razón algunos de ustedes no pueden ver el CIPA, no lo sé, yo estoy acá.
Tutora,
Yo-
lo que sucede, me sucedía hasta hace poco y pues algunos compañeros me colaboraron con eso. Lo que pasa es que cuando le damos ahí en donde están los CIPA, tenemos que ir hasta el final, ¿sí? Entonces creo que algunos compañeros no van hasta el final, sino que miran solamente los CIPAs que hay disponibles. Entonces hay que ir hasta el final, en donde uno encuentra los otros, ya cuando entran los otros,
se
entonces
dañó,
le da
pero que solamente yo no haya escuchado, que el resto sí haya escuchado lo que está explicando Lorena. Mi internet está fallando.
ahí sí me están escuchando, los demás sí me escucharon.
Sí, ahora,
¿Sí?
bueno, no sé si
Lo
los
que pasa
demás,
es
yo
que
no escuché.
¿no? Lo que sucede es que me sucedía al inicio también y no había podido. Entonces, donde vamos al campus virtual, en donde están todos los CIPAs, tenemos que no aparece al inicio donde está inscribirme, sino que tenemos que ir hasta el final donde dice encontrar CIPAs. Y cuando le damos encontrar CIPAs, entonces solamente donde dice nombre, le ponemos épica y ahí nos aparece la épica, porque si no, pues no le damos. Cuando nos aparezca la épica, entonces ahí yo sí le di, me interesa, y luego vuelvo a la página inicial y le doy entonces asistir, porque si no, no nos, o sea, solamente nos quedamos como que nos interesa y no quedamos como asistentes.
No
Eso
como
era lo que me sucedía.
asistente, sí, señora. Ajá. Ay, gracias, Lorena. Entonces, ¿ya escucharon la explicación? Bajar, scroll down la página, buscar, en donde dice buscar CIPA, le colocan épica y ahí le aparece, ahí le da como interesado, luego vuelven a la página y ya les marca, le pueden marcar como asistente.
Correcto.
Sí, porque creo que la profe Silvia va a tener en cuenta la asistencia. Ella hace un rato me escribió y dijo que pendiente de la asistencia. Pues igualmente yo sé que el team, si ustedes ingresaron correctamente con sus correos institucionales, el registro queda ahí, ¿sí? El registro queda en Teams. Pero claro, pues hay 63 personas conectadas y solamente aparece esto de asistentes y algunos todavía interesados. Entonces sí es importante que hagan el registro correctamente. Okay, how is it the writing? How is it going? Okay, I'm going to read some of the okay. Okay, the skills, I'm going to read aloud some of those paragraphs. The skills in didactic of English are creating interactive activities, explaining grammar in simple ways, motivating students to speak, and using digital tools to make learning more fun and meaningful. Okay. I think that in writing skills, the best way for me to improve is to translate tests from one language to another. Okay, very good. I think my goal is to improve my writing skill by reading more, practicing every day, and learning new vocabulary. I try to organize my ideas clearly and check my grammar to express my thoughts better in English. In my case, it's very useful when writing to correct my most common grammar mistake. Carlos, I agree because I use this sometimes. I use Grammarly. In my opinion, the AI is very helpful when you use wisely. Yes, I really am. You can get a correction of the AI explains to you the mistakes. You can also ask the AI to develop exercises for you to improve reading, writing, and even speaking. Okay, I think artificial intelligence helps me a lot with my English reading. It gives me stories and texts that are good for my level, and it explains new words I don't know. When I read with a EI, I can understand the meaning better and learn new vocabulary. It also helps me check if I really understand what I read, or what I read, sorry. Using AI makes reading in English easier and more fun for me. The writing skills are something I practice daily, since it's one of the most important. If you don't know how to spell it, just write it down and someone can understand. Okay, very good insights. Okay, I think that we are at the end of the session. I hope you like it and have learned some important tips about receptive and productive skills. Thank you, teachers, to Judy, to teacher Judy. Okay, and to all of you to join our session. Okay, remember that we have another EPICA session. The director and we as a teacher are informing in order that you join that session. Okay, they are going to talk about another important topic, so stay in contact. Okay, I don't know, maybe if you have any questions.
Not tutor, I just want to say thank you to all of you because this EPICA was so useful for me.
Thank you, Lorena, for coming.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you. Okay, okay. I think I registered the EPICA like in 2 hours, so I think that is going to close the session at 12 o'clock. Okay, so if you haven't look for the EPICA's thingy, so try to look for and to mark the attendance, ¿ok? Si no, creo que se cierra a las 12, creo que yo le puse 2 horas para darle tiempo a los estudiantes que al final de la sesión, si no se habían inscrito, se puedan inscribir, entonces lo hagan. Bueno, chicos, thank you very much. Again, bye-bye.
Okay,
Mrs.
bye
Thank
bye,
you.
students. Have a good and excellent day. Bye bye.
Bye-bye to you, all of you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bye. Gracias.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.